Ta-ra. And don't forget to behave yourself.
Your school days. Love them? Or loathe them?
Oh, I hate school!
You never forget them.
I am not going home. I want my education.
You know, have 1 minute to get in a lesson. Let's go.
For the students at this school in Salford, life is never straightforward.
He's on Tinder. What's Tinder? Sorry.
It's a dating website, so you see pictures.
It's a school with a history.
When I arrived, it was known as the worst in the UK, and that's one of those educational badges that people don't want.
Get in and make sure you can see me and hear me.
And it still has its fair share of challenges.
It's your dad, love. Hello?
Matthew's looking at a minimum of 8 years in prison.
For God's sake. It's no good you being upset because that upsets the baby.
But head teacher Mr. Povey
Lesson time, learning time.
and his team, including his two brothers,
Ross was here first, I came second, Ben came third.
are turning its fortunes around.
I'm not letting you give up on your GCSEs.
Why?
Because I care too much.
I don't know the words.
Find the perimeter of the triangle for me.
Yeah, it's 48, sir.
Boom.
In a tough year for education,
I'm really worried about these results.
With this budget, we're paying the price for how tight it all is.
This is as bad as we've ever seen.
Worst that I've ever seen.
we film to find out what life is really like
You then say Allahu Akbar.
in one of our secondary schools.
Google will not get you a GCSE.
What's the capital city of Kenya? Nah.
Narnia.
Wow.
Lost my grippers and went after just practice.
Hey, what are you gripping?
These are my magic grippers, miss. Once you've had these, miss, you never turn back.
It's Monday morning, and Head of Behaviour, Mr. Chambers, is on playground duty.
I'm real positive, me, you know. I'm an eternal optimist. I like things to start off nice and relaxed and calm, and then it's a good day and the clouds clear and everyone's happy.
Mrs. Benigni, Mr. Chambers.
This evening, miss. You need me?
Could you just meet me at Forest Highlands, please?
I will do, miss. I'm on my way.
A suspicious smell has been noticed coming from the boys' toilets.
You smell it as soon as you walk down, but there was like about 5 minutes ago, really strong smell of when we head at the Forest Highlands there.
Stinks of weed in here. Who's been in that you know of?
Just little kids. I don't know what the names are.
Mr. Povey to Miss Benigni, you're receiving?
The school's very different than it was when I arrived 12 years ago, but without doubt we still have our challenges.
Mr. Povey to Miss York.
We're not out of the woods yet. I'm tough on discipline and setting expectations where we want them to be.
So whatever's been put about has been hidden. Miss, Ben's going to go on the camera now, so I think you're going to go to the camera room with him.
We've got to find out if there's any substances in school or if there's anything that shouldn't be there because it's illegal. You know, we've got children to protect and you know, we need to make sure that ultimately that the students are all right.
Oh, he's going into his pocket for something. Ah. If you just watch here, look, comes down here, and look, follow him round. They all go underneath the stairs there.
We're going to need to get them all. Get them in my room.
The CCTV has revealed 3 Year 8 and 2 Year 11 students.
Mr. Chambers,
Yes.
have you spoke to him?
No, take him in there and search him, miss.
Come in the office. What can you tell us about drugs, weed, in school this morning?
The suspects are questioned
Have you been smoking weed in school? Up there?
One of them has.
and searched.
One of you got weed on, you know. Any pockets out?
You hungry? Got the munchies?
What's cannabis?
Cannabis, it's weed and you smoke it.
You act like you're drunk, but you're not really drunk.
Don't your skin change colour? Or is that due to alcohol? I don't know if I've heard of that one.
So you've no idea of its whereabouts, you've no idea who might have it.
Positive, I don't know.
Are you sure? Because I'm going round in circles.
Positiveness.
There was a talk about weed in the toilets.
I don't even smoke weed or anything.
I think we've got 880 students in school.
Caden had it.
Caden addicts. Where's the rest of it?
Caden still got it.
So to try and pin it down and catch someone, or to try and find out who's doing something on the estate on the way into school, it's near on impossible to do. It's just elimination, isn't it, to try and find out where the crux of it is.
Caden was with... Oh, I forgot his name. Caden and some other lad walked past me, and then about 2 minutes later I could smell weed. Make sure.
Caden.
The students questioned have named someone else well known to Mr. Chambers.
Does anybody know the whereabouts of Caden?
When someone mentions Caden to me, my heart sinks. I'm like, no. He just lets himself down sometimes, and I'm like, no.
I'm not going to get in trouble first, I'm honest. I'm not doing nothing wrong. I mean, I know someone's going to find something to pick at me. Why? I don't even know, because everyone knows I'm on my last chance in school. Everyone. And if something gets dropped on me in school, believe it, I'm gone. I'll get kicked out. I've been into primary schools because of how I was behaving. And if they don't think my behaviour's right, they'll send me to a different school again. I want to keep my place here, though. I'm going to get the blame for something I've not done.
How are you going to get the blame for it?
Because that's what people do me. It's like I used to.
What?
I used to blame it on other people.
Did Caden bring it in?
I went over to him and it's stunk.
But you don't know for definite?
I don't know for
All right.
Sean had it on him. I
Yeah,
think...
bags of it, mate.
No, do you know when you get that,
Is it skunk?
when it's an actual circle of it? If he's put it anywhere, I reckon he's put it in his sock. Actually, no, that's where he said he's going to put it.
Did it?
In his sock. I just remembered.
Hi, miss.
He reckons Sean said he was going to put it in his sock.
In his sock. All right, thanks, miss. Bye. Need to check the socks.
Whose socks? All of them?
Come on, Sean. There's one bit we forgot to check before, so can you take your shoes and socks off for us, please?
Shoes and socks?
Your shoes and socks.
Socks are manky now.
Oh, don't worry about that. I was hard pressed to find a pair of tights this morning. Yeah, thank you. And you've got nothing more you can tell us about this because it really is doing our heads in now, trying to find out what's happened. Right, thank you.
You didn't stash it anywhere, did you?
No.
Sure.
No, but he were going to stash it in the toilet
In the toilet roof.
Therein is his talent. He can think of a story, boom.
The dinner lady even smelt it, and she smelt me. She couldn't smell it on. She couldn't smell it on me.
He catches everyone out. He's like, you know the scene from Star Wars, these are not the droids you're looking for, move along. He can convince you.
Right, put your bag up on there with miss. We need to search your stuff. Have you been smoking cannabis in this school?
No, I don't like it. My mum told me that it can kill you. It gives you lung cancer.
Nothing. Take your jacket and go down.
We've got rid of it somehow, but...
I didn't give it to somebody in school.
So what do we do from here?
There's no we can do. Unless we catch them with it, this is the thing, we can't blame anyone.
Who have you checked?
I spoke to Sean, nothing. Spoke to Caden, nothing.
We're monitoring what he does. He knows that. He's going to have to be careful.
So are they OK to go back to lessons then? Yeah, is that OK?
That smell issue is the best way I can describe it. Where did we get up to in the end with it?
We asked all the questions we could, but, you know, we've pushed as far as we can, and there was nothing.
OK. I suppose it's the warning then that goes with that.
Yeah, I mean, I think they need to understand the fact that there's even been that smell and they've been in that area puts them on very, very dodgy ground.
I was surprised today because we don't have those issues
Yeah,
here.
no.
But now it's happened, it's about saying, look, these are the standards we set at the school, work with it, and if you don't work with it, there's going to be consequences. All schools up and down the country will be dealing with issues with drugs, and I think we have to take a hard line on it. You know what you might be able to use? You know, we've got the police in a couple of times. We could say to them, look, you see the police coming in and out, and you could maybe mention sniffer dogs.
Yeah.
All right, belt him.
All right.
Cheers, gents. Every now and again, there might be an issue that we think has happened, but we can't quite prove it. The important thing there is to get these young people in front of us and to tell them exactly what our expectations are. This is wrong, and it won't be happening in this school.
Let me remind you, people that are talking are going to go out. Who's making noise now? Vincent.
If you focus in school, school is easy, but if you don't focus and like mess about, school is hard. You've got to have the right attitudes and the right mindset. I'm gonna prank call my dad. Most of the time I do have the right mindset, but sometimes I don't because I mess about quite a lot. But you've got to speak, okay?
Year 9 Vincent is a familiar face to the behaviour team at Harropfold.
No.
Hello? Hello, did you order pizza? This is Kebab King. Did you order pizza?
Vincent.
No, hi.
In Year 7, Mr Povey put Vincent on a managed move to a neighbouring school to help improve his behaviour.
Vincent is off the wall. He's a character, was quite a challenging student in Year 7 and 8.
He's gonna shit on me.
Absolutely was an attention seeker. And some of the other students used to be quite irritated by Vincent.
Excuse me.
He would just wind them up. He didn't have that side to him where he knew what was acceptable and what wasn't.
Why are you interrupting these girls? See, that's I know it. Yeah, do you like it? Boo! Are you actually okay? No. Now get your stomach on your balls. Your balls.
For me at school, I was very challenging as a student. I was a silly little boy who had the wrong attitude at times.
Oh, you know I was only messing about. I'm sorry if I hurt you. All right, see you, bye-bye.
People giving me another chance was the crucial part. That's exactly what we want to do with Vincent.
Hello, boys.
Hiya. Hello.
Vincent.
Yeah.
You always have something pretty interesting to say.
Yeah.
So, I've had an idea.
What kind?
What do you think about considering student council?
Really?
Yeah, we've got to get the right people. Students who I think have something to say, students who I think have something important to say.
I would love to be part of student council.
You would?
Yeah.
I think you'd be absolutely brilliant. Student council. It's basically where...
You can have a voice in school, basically.
Quite right, that's exactly what it is.
Change the playground into a skate park.
A skate park. Well, we can look at all kinds of things within reason, but I think you'd be brilliant at it. So I'll go away, Vincent, and I'll have a chat with a few people and see what we can do. Yeah?
Thank you for telling me.
No problems.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity. Thank you. Oh my God!
We always need to give somebody a focus. When I was given a focus, then I really started to see that discipline shift to other parts of my life. Vincent has a huge opportunity now to go out and do something and be a success.
OK, ladies, gents. Yeah, Vincent, do us a favour and put that in the bin.
Where's the bin? Sorry, here's the bin for you. You're supposed to do it.
Hope I'm not going to regret my decision, Vincent.
I won't do anything.
Yeah, well, you just have. Year 11's, you're going the wrong way, folks.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
When I first came here, I heard things said that it was one of the most deprived areas in the country. So with that, you have challenges of aspiration, don't you?
Come on, James, you still got time.
I suppose, like most working-class council estates, there's a number of challenges with unemployment and, you know, with that, you get the societal thing of drugs and the threat of that. In school, it is a safe environment. It has to be, as with any school. We look after them and advise them as best we can, you know, from what they may encounter elsewhere.
Now then, come in, gentlemen.
Following yesterday's investigation into the suspicion of drugs on the school premises, Caden and 2 other Year 8 boys have been called to see Mr Chambers.
But you guys put yourself in a really difficult position yesterday where you could have been permanently excluded from school. You know, you were definitely up to something. And, mate, your knowledge was absolutely staggering.
If you were involved in something, and I'm not saying that, you were that far away from getting caught. Believe me on this, that far away. So you will be spot checked randomly, and if that smell appears again, then we've already been in touch with JMP and we'll get police dogs in. Next time, within 15 minutes. In school, we have to give them as many chances as possible, like with Caden, because once they leave here, you know, in adult life, your chances dry up. This is the only freebie you get in life in school. Make the most of it.
Better get to your lesson on time. Povey's going to get you. There could be like an obstacle course. Dun, 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 dun. I'm getting you, Jodie. Come on, Jodie. Just making sure everybody's here. Fantastic.
See this? I created this. It's got fireworks and everything.
Mr. Povey started a student council, an elected group that attempts to make changes around the school to help their fellow students.
We'll also get biscuits if you want biscuits. Spoil yourselves.
We need all people on student council. Yes, we do need the academic high achievers, of course, they're one part of our student body, but we need some characters on there, we need some people with personality. Student council can't be full of one of the same person.
So, what are our plans for the future? What are you going to do to make the school better this year?
Come on, student council, come on. You're part of student council for a reason.
Oh, and now
Sorry, I'm late.
Mr. Povey's joining us. We've just started, sir. We're just going to look at student council,
Yes.
where we're up to now. Just talking about our recruitment drive and where we're up to.
Have you got an equal representation from each farm? Have you got?
No, not across the board at all.
We have got a problem with year 9, is that what we're saying?
We have.
OK, well, if I say the name Vincent to you, what do people think in the room?
We're going to try and do a little bit of an exam question every time. Vincent, we should be looking at this. Hand those out for me. Now, on the front...
Yes, I will, sir.
Thank you.
He's a nice young man, but
Be honest.
he can be disruptive and he doesn't always listen.
I think it could be something that we could use as a lever with him, because I think it could take him on the next stage of his journey.
Can we get on with the questions?
He is vocal, but it's about channeling that energy.
Sharon, you know, what you've recognised there is an issue.
Vincent?
We need to sell Vincent to the students, but generally what we like to do is to give everybody a chance.
Look at this now. Find the perimeter of the triangle for me.
Yes, 48, sir.
Boom. Vincent,
Yeah.
whatever the hell you're doing, stop and get this done.
How have you done it? It is quite challenging. I've got a short attention span, like a frog. Josh, should I eat the fibre again?
He's eating his fiver.
I'm not. It's internal savings. I'm £5 richer.
It's the end of lunchtime at Harropfold, and Year 8 Caden is heading to lessons.
Most of the time, it's hard to not mess about.
Who'd you like to annoy the most?
My sister. The easiest person to ever get annoyed.
Why did you just want that ball? No, you keep flipping your forever on the end.
My brother, and he started misbehaving, and he gained this attitude that come from nowhere.
Why are you throwing stuff?
He can do what he wants. That's what he says. I can do what I want. That is his attitude to everything. What did I ever do to deserve a brother like you? I just don't want him to get kicked out, but he doesn't learn by his mistakes. He'll constantly do it again, knowing full well that he'll get caught.
Caden, back on the floor, please. Right, books open, everyone.
If you have a student, they've missed lessons over the years, they go to a class and they don't know something, and they feel vulnerable.
Caden, your bag is still on your back. Get it on the floor now.
So their only mechanism they know is to hide the fact that they don't know things, be a bit out of order, and they get removed.
Caden, bag on the floor. I've already asked you. On the floor? No, on the floor, otherwise I'm going to have to remove you. Simple as that. On the floor. Right, date and title on, everyone, please. What kind of programme?
My chair like that.
One more and I'll ask you to leave the lesson.
Just told me to put my bag on the chair.
You're interrupting me and you're shouting out of turn. That behaviour's not... Right, outside. I've given you your warnings. If you go, Miss, would you mind radioing to get someone to pick Caden up, please?
Robert to Mr. Chambers. Got Caden.
If I hear something on the radio about Caden, I think, well, what's he doing? Or where's he going? I shouldn't be getting involved with Caden, because last year I lost out in most of my lessons, because I was constantly worrying about what Caden was doing and what he was getting up to and what trouble he was getting himself into.
Come with me. I'll go and speak to Mr. Hastings.
Why are you in the class?
You go where you're damn told.
Oh, look.
Caden.
I'll go and see Mr. Hastings.
I'll smack you. Yeah.
I wish I never had a brother, though. Just sometimes.
As part of the behavioural team, it's Ben Povey's responsibility to offer support to challenging students in the school.
Right. You all right? Just let me go grab some tissues. I'll be 1 second, kid. All right, here.
No, everywhere I go, it feels like I'm getting picked on by teachers. I went into my first lesson. I get told off for nothing.
I know it feels like that, Caden. I know.
If we just saying get out, I'm gonna go and call you are Chambers.
Mayor Mr. Chambers. Please don't call him Chambers. He's not Prince. He's not like a one-word person. He's called Mr. Chambers. Yeah?
There's definitely two sides to Caden. There's the front, there's the I'm not bothered, there's a character, and then there's a little boy underneath.
You've got to realise, the minute you stop blaming everyone else and go, right, well, what can I do differently? Mate, life gets loads easier, trust me. All right? Right, go to the next lesson.
Where's husband?
Yeah, mate. Can you reach it? Go on. Nothing but net, Kate. I like it.
The first topic is how Hitler got support. What's the second topic in Hitler's Germany that we look at? How he became a what?
Chancellor.
Chancellor, because of the D.
Dictator.
Year 11 Kim is in history with Miss Shanks.
In school, because like year exams and all that, sometimes the teachers think it's not time for laughing jokes now, it's time to get your head down. So that's why I think I can't have fun all the time.
If Mr. Taylor came in and said, you must have your work done like this.
I told him to shut up.
You must teach like this.
Well,
if he's telling
us how...
I'm hoping for good grades and a good job when I leave and when I work in a nursery. Because I love kids and they make me laugh.
Good afternoon, Hertford School. Michelle speaking.
Hi, is this student development?
It is, yeah.
So I'm phoning about Kimberly, really. I'm going through a situation with Kimberly's brother. I need to let you know that he's in court on the 15th of February.
Is that for sentencing, Jenny?
Yeah, more than likely, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, God. What's he looking at?
Well, his solicitor said 5+, but I'm not 100% sure.
Right. Face this way and listen. So obviously she gets upset.
I'm not going to say bear with her, just do
no,
your
of
normal
course.
thing.
And the day's a brother, innit? She's going to be upset. Yeah. Right, keep us up to date and we'll keep an eye on Kim. All right,
All
then.
right, no problem.
All right, then, thank you. Bye.
Thanks, bye.
My brother, he might be getting sent down. Some teachers, they'll just look at me and then start saying something. And I just think you don't know what's going on in my life, so you can't say anything yet.
Kim's brother will appear in court in 2 weeks' time for a drugs-related offence.
It's a poor area where we live in Salford. And there is a lot of drugs going on around, you hear it all the time. Not a nice sight to see, but what can you do?
We're all a bit up and down with moods, I think. I've not really asked Kimberly how she feels.
Ashamed. Yeah, ashamed.
We don't want you going down the same path as your brother, because I've got it in my head he's not coming home no matter what.
It's horrible, you know, for us as a family. It's embarrassing, and I can't always be there for them, only at home when I'm home, but when they're outside and they're in school and things like that, they've got to deal with it their own way.
You need to work hard. I want you to achieve something and do what you want to do.
Please, just do the best you can in school and that.
I will.
Yeah? Good girl.
He's like my best friend, really. And I can't get over the fact he's not going to be there no more.
Right, I bet you when I go around this corner, we're not using 2 doors. Yeah, we just opened the second door. Why would we do that?
It's Friday morning. In an attempt to change his continual bad behaviour, Mr. Chambers has called in Caden's mum.
There is a lot of pressure if Caden's being a bit naughty because she works hard. She really tries. We've had some terrible conversations and she's probably hated my guts at times.
I've just seen that lady outside. She went, "Oh my God, I can see the resemblance between you and Shannon. You're like twins." Oh, twins. Bye. See ya.
I need to tell you something. Don't be coming in here now and thinking, oh no, this is...
Well, I am very sceptical, obviously.
Don't be very sceptical.
I am.
No, don't be. Sometimes I real feel for her, and that's why we've got to try and support her. Are we doing something wrong? Us, or you, or both?
Well, obviously, we must be doing something.
There's a breakdown somewhere.
There's like a mishap in between somewhere,
There's
isn't
a break
there?
somewhere. So that then leaves us to exploring other avenues. Right then, come in here and have a sit down.
Hi, mate.
Let's have a little talk here. On the 20th, you're running around at lunchtime, ignoring people. Then you had an issue with PE and you got placed outside of Miss York's room there. Then you were hiding behind a fridge. Then within 2 minutes of that, you've walked out up onto the top yard and you've had a fight. There's 4 incidents in one day.
If you just give us an insight, though, you know, just give us a reason why, maybe we can help.
I don't know. What my mum always said. I've started being naughty since I could ever walk and talk.
You like getting in trouble?
No, I just don't think at the time.
You know, if there's a picture there that you don't like, then you take the picture out and you put another picture in. So what you've got to do is reframe it.
We all want you to succeed here, Kate. We all do. Do you think I want you passed from pillar to post? Do you think Sir wants you passed from pillar to post? No. We want you settled.
Hi, Vincent. Nice and early, we like that. Do you want to sit over there with Josh and he'll give you an interview? Now, don't worry about it, Vincent. You're going to be fab.
Mr Povey has made sure that all student council decisions are made by the students themselves, even selecting new members.
Nervous.
How did you know?
Right.
The student council representatives will interview a person who's applying. They write the questions and then they sit down and interview, which is lovely to see because it looks really professional.
Would you be able to stand up in front of farms and assemblies to deliver messages?
Yeah, I've got the confidence.
Taking the interview is Student Council Chairman Josh and his deputy, Leon.
What is your behaviour like in lessons and in school?
Shaker. Like, I can have good days, but I can have bad days. It is definitely going to be a struggle for me to be the good Vincent, because I would like to be the bad Vincent as well.
You've already been warned, though, haven't you, with your behaviour? Would you like a drink, by the way?
Yeah, please.
The perfect candidate is someone who is respectful, extremely confident, because if you're not confident, no one's going to take you seriously. And then you also need a bit of creativity too.
What changes would you like to see around school?
Big one was, you know how places are really dark? In winter time, when it goes dark about like 4 o'clock-ish, we can like give them the reflective stripes around your hands. Do you know what I mean?
A bit like a high-vis.
Yeah, sort of, but not like a fun high-vis, just like the straps. Not like ridiculous ideas, but like sensible ideas.
That's your interview done. If you'd like, you can finish your drink, I'll take it with you.
Cheers. See ya.
Hey guys, thorough job there. What do we think? You're the students that we're working with, Vincent, so are we giving him a chance?
What if we gave him a trial just to see how he works in student council, and if you enjoy his company and if you think that you can work well with him?
Yeah. OK. Fabulous meeting today. OK, guys, have we all got a badge?
I think you're going to get it, but I don't know, because I'm not the one in charge, but if it was up to me, I'd let you have it. You're a great future leader, Vincent.
You making a note of this, Caden? Sit properly, please, on your chair.
It's cold.
Sit properly on your chair.
Cold?
Well, you can warm it up. Right. Caden, why are you doing that? Hang on. We'll just wait till Caden's facing the front. Caden, that's enough. Right.
Lesson's over! Lesson's over! Lesson's over!
Despite repeated warnings, Caden is still misbehaving in class. And when he skips a detention, the behavioural team decide they must take further action.
You didn't stay for your detention. You did
I
one.
don't get why I've got detention though.
This is being pushed as far as it can go at the moment. Do you know you're being out of order with us? Do you know that what you're doing is wrong? Because if you don't, then we're wrong.
So, get in the booth and wait for whatever me and Mr. Chambers tell you to do next.
If we have to lose someone, if someone doesn't work here, then we've got to try and find the best scenario that works for them.
The team have decided to temporarily move Caden to a neighbouring school.
Good morning, this is Mr. Chambers from Hartfold. Caden says you didn't work, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well, I need to speak to you. It's starting to escalate now. It's getting to the stage now where he's running away from senior teachers.
So what do we do now?
He's going to go on a respite. I've got to get him out of the place and he's got to know that he's done wrong. So he's going to go to Bewley for 2 weeks. I'm going to try and...
I'm so gutted.
Please don't get upset on this one. Please, I'm going to...
So gutted.
I'm going to try and work with you. We've just got to get the right balance here. Yeah?
Thank you.
I can't make any promises yet, but I'm going to try and we're going to... But please don't get upset. We'll get through this, all right?
Thank you.
OK, bye-bye now.
All right, bye-bye.
I hate seeing people like that, you know, who might impact on someone's life. He's a good lad, Caden. He does care, and he does hurt when he knows he's done wrong. And that's why I think we'll win with him.
Come here. If your sister comes past, just say it's something that me and you are dealing with. She's got exams and she doesn't need to be worrying about you, does she?
Caden will return to Harropfold after a 2-week break.
What we try and do at Harrop is give young people as many chances as possible. You won't see students being excluded. Why? Because we have a belief that it doesn't work, because just sitting at home all day would not change or start to adjust the attitude, because it's the attitude we've got to get to change the behaviours.
Today, the school are holding an achievement assembly. 4 Year 9 boys have been pulled out due to misbehaviour.
How are we going to solve this then? Because I'm not happy. I think you should apologise to Miss who runs the choir.
Yes. Yes, sir.
For making rude hand gestures, even if it is at the floor. Who on earth makes a rude hand gesture at the floor? It's embarrassing. Would you agree?
Yes, sir.
Student council, representing the school, and doing things like this. That's why you're on a 3-week trial, Vincent.
Yes, sir.
If you keep going like this, you've no chance.
Exactly.
I have all the time in the world for all you four, but I'm really, really, really disappointed, lads.
Yes, sir.
Go.
It's lunchtime, and desperate to make amends during his trial period,
Can we borrow your finger? Microphone.
Why? This in the wrong hands. It's a very dangerous piece of equipment.
Vincent is going on the offensive.
Some people do look at it as quite geeky, student council, but I want to show to people you don't have to be a geek to join student council, but you've got to have the right attitude. Let's go. See my megaphone. Oh, Jack, come on.
Mr. Chambers, to all members of staff of the radio, Vincent is allowed to use a megaphone, using it to canvass for his council business.
Thank you. Come on, let's do this.
Oh, this is going to go downhill.
No, it won't, Josh.
Yes, it is. He's got a megaphone.
With the number of Year 9s in student council low, Vincent's trying to drum up interest.
Everybody! We've got 4 student council! Does anybody want some forms? Any Year 9s? I've got a form! Any Year 9s? Put your name down for student council!
Vincent!
Help! Help! Happy!
Oh, shit! Vincent,
I've been assaulted, for goodness sake!
Come here, let's get you in.
Oh, why have you done that? Oh, broke it.
You all right? Let's get you sorted.
Right, I've heard there's an incident happened on the yard. Tell me about it.
They jumped on me basically for the microphone.
OK. And how are you now?
Fine.
You sure? You don't look fine.
I'm not fine, but
I just feel like...
Well, don't say you're fine then if you're not fine. That's like me saying, what's your name? And you're saying, it's Brian, sir, not Vincent. You're not fine.
I feel like it was a bad idea. I'm like disappointed in myself.
You see, in life, Vincent, we're going to have to try things from time to time. And not everything you try is going to go, that was brilliant, that's worked.
Yeah.
A lot of things we try will go wrong. And today you've tried something and it might not have worked out.
But I would like to try it again. But why? I would like to try it again, but with this time, like, with a teacher.
I'll do it with you then next week. Do you want to do it with me next week? I'm quite happy to get alongside you and we'll have that megaphone and we'll announce it to Year 9s between the two of us. And we'll make it work. OK. Sure you're OK to go to your lesson?
Yeah.
Right. Give those Year 11s to me.
Yeah.
Cocker, little rat! Hi. Right, we're going to start by looking at culture. Turn to page 201 in the book.
It's been a week since Kim learnt of her older brother's date in court. And the school is seeing a shift in her attitude.
And have you got a report about your shoes?
No. Come up with something.
So have you got your shoes then?
So why are you not putting them on?
Jacket off. Jacket off.
Why are you not putting your shoes on then if they're in the bag?
Don't worry, I'm going to sort it.
It's not even fair. If that was me, I would have been sent to Wardoon.
If it was you in my lesson, which away,
Not you, I mean the whole school.
Right, but that's not me. No, but that's not me, so please don't take it out on me.
I'm not. Oh, I'm not even staying here, count me out.
Come back. Come back. Come back. No, OK, so ignore me then. OK. Miss Shanks, to our radio users, Kimberly stormed out of her humanities lesson without permission. Can she please be returned as soon as possible?
Oh, who'd work with kids? How you doing, Kim? What's up, mate?
Kim is definitely behaving in a very different way. We're seeing a lot more outbursts from her.
I'm sick of it.
You know, someone in her life, her brother, has got some big challenges going on right now, and she's struggling to manage that.
Kim, calm down.
I don't care, chat shit.
You've got a very, very complex young lady there who, in the core of it all, is lovely, wants to do well, wants people to be proud of her. But then, on the flip side of it,
For God's sake.
wants to push people away. Kim wants you to have a go at her. She wants to buy into this thing that she feels no good, and she feels like her and her family are no good.
You've got maths and Spanish, learning skills.
After 2 weeks away on respite, it's Caden's first day back at Harropfold.
Well, the first thing is you got your shoes on, innit? Oh, somebody's not away proper. Love you, see you later.
Good morning, Caden. How was your trip away? You not enjoy it? Now you're back and we're going to have a new Caden? Look at me. Definitely. I hope so.
Harropfold, they're not a normal school. I don't mean it in a bad way.
Come in.
Any other school, they just get kicked out straight away.
So, Caden, we're going to try and help you, but we want something back here. Please, give us something back. There's lots in place to try and make it work for you. Well, I'll say to you, what are you going to do? So, first thing, get your report card. That needs to be signed by everyone. It needs to be shown, and Mum needs to see it at night, and I need to see it. Right, run down to Miss Cans. She'll print your report off. Happy? Because if you're not, that's as good as it gets. Go to lesson notes.
How are you going to make a change, Caden? Stop being a class clown and ignoring teachers. And actually do my work for once. All they're really trying to do is get me a good education.
Come on. We don't get in a quiet room up here.
Tomorrow is a big day for Year 11 Kim. Her brother is in court for an update on his sentence.
So it's bad today. Your head's not in the game today. What we need to do is hold you together for the rest of today. And what we'll do is we'll keep it nice and chilled. All right?
Since this has happened,
My mum's been like a bit stressed out and everything. So then I'm stressed out because of my mum as well, because I don't like seeing my mum like upset. I'll just be sat there and I'll just think of it and thinking, like, what am I gonna do? And then I'll just start crying.
Stop being embarrassed about being upset. It doesn't
I'm
matter.
not.
You are. Like I say, anything happens in any of these lessons, then you can always go and sit in the unit, OK?
Whether you're a young person in a school or you're an adult, if you've got a situation going on and you've got something that's happening in your life and you don't know how that's going to end, having that uncertainty is a hell of a lot worse than when it actually happens.
Is that phone over there? Good afternoon, Hertford School. Michelle speaking.
I'm just ringing to let you know about Matthew and his court case?
I do, yeah.
Right. Well, he's been to court today and apparently looking at a minimum of 8 years.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Kim's here. Do you want to speak to Kim? It's your dad, love.
Hello?
Hi, Kimberly, you all right?
Yeah, why?
Matthew's looking at a minimum of 8 years in prison.
Okay.
And because now you know what's going on, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, sweetheart.
Okay.
We're trying to say to Kimberly, you know, he's done this, he's going to go to prison, and you've just got to accept it. Don't use it as an excuse in school. Please go and do the best you can, because this is the most important time for you now, your exams.
Well, my older brother is gone to prison, but he's waiting for his sentencing date in September. So I know, like, I can't worry no more, and then he can't worry no more.
My biggest hope is that we'll give her, oddly, a feeling of closure almost. We've all had situations in our life where we've handled things poorly, so it's about understanding that and working alongside them.
Sir, I'm not walking with you. Go on, carry on walking, you're weird. You're embarrassing me. You're embarrassing me.
Student council hopeful Vincent is drumming up support in the playground.
What we need to be doing today
is be sensible.
I'm always sensible, sir.
Vincent, let's be honest.
This time with the help of Mr. Povey.
Big round of applause, please. Over to you.
We would like to encourage you to join student council because you can have a voice in our school.
Well done, I like that.
Everybody can make the difference if they put the mind to it. You can do whatever you want, but you have to have the right mindset.
Yes, Vincent, I'm loving this. Come on, you lot, student council, come on.
You can change
Go and get a phone, lads.
Look at all these people here.
It's kind of a lot better than last time, isn't it, Ben?
Loads better, mate, loads better.
So, could we all put the title, Descriptive Writing Opportunity? So I want you to imagine that you are a homeless person spending your first night sleeping on the streets of Manchester.
Make the story as, like, me.
Yeah, it could be you personally, but you can change any detail, because it is a creative piece.
It's period 1, and Caden is in English.
So can I read this one?
Yeah.
My name is Jerry, I am 5, I am 52 years old. The reason why I'm homeless is because I did theft.
Since being placed on report, his behaviour has improved.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, miss. Good morning, everyone.
Sit down. How are they doing today, sir? Excellent, really well. Caden's smashing it again. You just came in at a good moment, actually. He was just reading me what he's written so far.
That's fantastic, again.
He's working well.
Really good.
Yeah.
Well done, sir.
Cheers, sir. So you were reading me a bit your story, weren't you?
I bought myself a sleeping bag and a tent and some food and water.
We are seeing some improvements with him. We just need to keep working with him and seeing if we can get him through this difficult time.
Excellent. Right, I really like the narrative you've got there. You created a really convincing backstory for your character. You've been pretty good today, actually, Caden.
Just give me a look. Yes!
Good afternoon, how are you?
Hi, are you all right?
Can you talk?
Yeah.
So, I don't think I've been as proud of a young fella for a long time, and I said it's nice to be looked after, and he said he's not as mad anymore now, and I think we maybe hit a little bit somewhere here, because he's trying, and he's not going to get everything right, but you know what? He deserves a big trade off you.
Yeah, he does.
He's sitting
And
laughing.
don't you worry, I will do.
He's sitting laughing here. Yeah, he wants a new bike.
A new bike?
Mum's having an heart attack here. No, I'm winding. So, well done.
All right, thank you, bye-bye.
Bye. She's happy, Mum. To get some positive results from Caden and to get some wins That's what we're here for, isn't it? You know, we want to change young people's lives. That's why we come into this. It's to give them the opportunity they never thought they had. Can you keep this up? Yeah. Because I'm proud of you now. You make the right choices now, and people are starting to like it.
He's in there.
All right.
Here's your letter.
Letter?
Yeah, open it and read it.
Vincent's 3-week trial for student council is over.
Cheers, thank you.
Well done, you deserve that.
And he's got the job.
That is brilliant. I'm so chuffed about that. I'm putting his student council badge on this.
Well done.
Look at that.
Right then, nice people. Dish them out for me. Vincent, nice badge.
Oh, cheers.
That badge means great power. Now, with great power...
comes great responsibility.
Absolutely. So, the Vincent of old is now gone. There's a new Vincent. We shall call you Councillor Vincent and bow before you.
I got benefits.
I'm not big on big presents, but he's always wanted me stress reliever. So I thought I'm going to get him one that looks like him. That's yours.
You deserve that. Are you pleased with it?
Right, you ready? Distinction in ECDL, that's level 1 pass.
Yeah.
Get it.
Health and safety, of course, that's what I'm on about here. Such as like reflective stripes that we give to the children, so people will see them with their car headlights.
Next time.
This is about the best person for the job.
The fight is on to find the first ever head boy and head girl at Harropfold.
He's the chair, I'm the vice chair. Sick tired of working under him. I want to win. That's rivalry.
Who you voted for?
Big round of applause, please, for